I replied to Lauren Chen. I did a quote tweet.
I saw that too.
It looks like she has some nice tea. Which I did a quote tweet, and I was just like, maybe we should experiment, Tyler. You should come up and we could talk about it, and then I can reply to her with my fucking video. But she's basically like, oh well, drinking is like okay. Let me Let me get the tweet. Let me get the Twizzit. Let me get the Twizzit. You're like, what's a Twizzit? What's the Twizzit? And, you always got those fucking conservative men that have never fucking done weed in their life that are all just like, yeah, it turns your brain into mush. I don't like those men either. I don't like, that's the funny part when it comes to, like, extreme conservatism and then, like, liberalism. It's like, neither? Like, hello? I don't want to have either? Let me make sure everything is as it should be, as it was in the beginning, and as so it shall be at the end.
How profound.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I was just saying something earlier, and my son like copied me. It was like, I was saying come on to the dogs. Like I was trying to get the dogs to come into the kitchen on the other side of the baby gate, and I was like, come on in, and he's like, come on, and I was like,
he said
words. I know. He said words. He mimicked me.
All right, so here we go. This is her little tweet thingy where she says, weed is much worse for society than alcohol. People understand there's a time and place for having a drink, or especially getting drunk. All right, so we're already off to a bad premise here. No, the fuck, people don't. People do not understand that there's a time and place for drinking or getting drunk. Has she not lived in the world?
I beg to. If you go to a Willie Nelson concert, like I was actually really surprised there was only a few people smoking outside the venue. I was like expecting a lot more people, and that seemed like a perfect time and place to be smoking outside a Willie concert.
Anyway, so we're already off to a bad start. And then she says, so she generalizes that alcoholics know what the right thing to do is. How many DUIs are there? How many driving under the influence, driving while under the, whatever the fucking medial difference is between the type of DUIs you can get? How many of those happen per year?
Yeah, I don't know, but I knew a guy that had to blow into his truck to start it.
How many people? Sure. How many? Yeah. How many people have committed manslaughter because they've gotten drunk? Okay, but apparently people understand the time and place for drinking, so she's going to ignore the instances in which they don't, or the potential domestic violence that happens from fucking crazy people drinking too much. We literally have friends that watch the show that have fucking alcoholics in their life and how chaotic it is. But potheads do not possess this discernment. So now she's generalizing. She's generalizing that potheads don't have the discernment. Too many of them wake up, get high, and think it doesn't impact their productivity. But it does. But it doesn't, because they're probably lazy anyway. Are you telling me there's not fucking people who don't immediately start drinking when they wake up? Like, get out of here with that bullshit, bitch.
Yeah. I knew a lady she's actually a grandma, and she told me that she smoked every day before coming to work, and she was completely fine at work, very productive. Like, nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
I don't know if she smokes still, though. Like, her husband's had some health issues and stuff.
I know what it is. Yeah. You know what's great is the same people that didn't like the science in 2020 apparently like the science now.
The science.
The science is okay if it agrees with you. I gotta put my lights on. What am I doing?
The science, the history, everything is okay if it's your point of view.
Tyler says, I'm high at work every day, putting in more work than half of the people there. Dude, everyone knows that whenever I do a show, it's always... Everyone knows that when I do a show... No, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm a good boy. I'm saving that for later when we play more Hogwarts Legacy. I got to go through all those clips
Yeah, you have
somehow
a long
before.
night.
I would have an even longer I would have an even longer night if Pudge TV's internet was working, because then I was going to be on his show. Tyler said I
Ah.
ignored your tweet. No, I didn't. You said something about Donald Trump, something about stock and private stuff, and Trump has become the first president to allow our government to own stock in private companies. Explain to me how that isn't communist. Or how about the fact that we used to complain about Nancy Pelosi fucking, getting stock, and now it's just like it's part of the thing. It's like, well, I made it legal, so it's okay. It's like, well, so much for making it illegal.
Yeah, it's still not right.
Right.
It's like, all right, well, then you should not get a pension. It's like, aren't you rich enough? Like, goodness.
Dog. Put that dog down.
Yeah. They're fighting.
Dog fighting? Fucking Michael Vick over here. Ambo, how you doing? But yeah, reefer madness, bro. Fucking reefer madness. Alcohol's never done anything to anybody. Just passing by. Aw. Well, thank you for passing by, buddy.
Okay, they stopped barking.
Motley keeps getting her name changed back and forth. That's crazy. I never have these problems on the app. But yeah, this shit is frustrating. And you know what? You know what the best part too about this is the best part, the most funnest part, is when you argue in opposition to them, when they make their generalized, uninformed points about weed, they'll just call you a pothead or something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just like, do I have to continue to explain how this is the same exact type of behavior that the left does? Like, how many times do I have to
Of
give
course
these
you would
examples?
defend it. You smoke.
Yeah, what are you, a pothead? I'd be like, guarantee you I'm more fucking productive than you.
I do know some people that,
maybe not.
and then
Maybe not
there's
Lauren
different.
Chen, but
There's like the different types too. Like there's
yeah.
the type that make you a go-getter, and then there's the type that make you want to sleep, and then, but yeah, like I know people that like will smoke some and then like write or do whatnot or work or garden.
Prohibition was so successful that we started the war on drugs. That was so successful we started the war on terror. It's progress. The opposite of progress is Congress. No.
Oh, I think I mentioned it before. Like everyone knows I'm not I'm very anti the feminist sort of thought pattern and stuff like that. And I've argued with my stepmom before on, what feminism has brought to the table. And she's like, well, before men could rape their wives and get away with it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, that just made me think earlier, like when there's like before prohibition, like there was that picture that was famous of the women saying, no lips will touch mine that has been drinking. And it's just like, that was pre like women's right to vote. And they're like saying, unless if their man drinks, they won't even kiss him. And it's just like, oh, so, obviously that's not the case. It's just outliners and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, if you're not like accepting feminism, then you can legally get raped by your husband. Such bullshit.
Yeah. Isn't it called no fault divorce? That sounds like a fault to me, doesn't it? When you. But maybe they'll be like, maybe their claim is, and some things are rooted in truth, in fairness. There are some things that maybe the cause of something. Stop it. Maybe the cause of something happens because something is rooted in truth, and then it gets taken and blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
So.
it's like how many cases of it? Like you could like what I said the other day about like elective abortions versus abortions. Like they'll use like a case of incestual rape to say that abortion should be 100% legal all the time for everyone, when it's only like 0.1% of the actual statistics. But that's their rallying cry.